Hey, settle down. Hello and welcome to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about if dog training is dead. And not in the sense of like our ability to train dogs, because every day we're finding creative new ways for them to assist us and help us. But if you look around on YouTube or any social media at all, what used to be content of people training dogs and working with dogs has now just been replaced by a bunch of people talking shit about everybody else's ability to work or train with dogs. So in this video, we're going to talk about if dog training is actually dead, or if maybe we just need to reset our expectations when it comes to dog training in general. Come on, girl. Go. Hey, settle down. Both of you. It's not time to gnaw each other. Good girl, good boy. Look at that. Potty breaks immediately because they know the deal. Straight away over here into the training yard. Hey, Emmett, place. No, place. Dixie. Yes, good girl. Emmett, down. All right, so obviously, like I said, we're not talking about a decline in our ability to train dogs. Obviously, we can train dogs to do all kinds of crazy things, from being service animals for us and detecting cancer, diabetic shock, to seizure alert, to being able to find explosives for us, all kinds of crazy things that dogs can do for us. And it's just based on our ability to communicate those, expectations or requests, right? Like, we can't expect them to find bombs for us. They could be like, yeah, I've never heard of it before. But if we can communicate to them what that task looks like and that we really, really like it when they do, they're generally happy to do it for us. And it's not because, they're crazy like we are and they have this adrenaline junkie complex, but they're just happy to do it for us because of whatever reward or incentive that we put behind that. Usually it's the Kong. We like a renewable resource because that's something they'll keep working for without getting filled up like they will with food. But for some agencies, they use food rewards for their explosive detection dogs. So it really just kind of depends on how that individual group prefers to train. Yes. And then when it comes to Emmett, yes. And then when it comes to some of those sport dogs, everybody has their own system, and some systems are, pieces of other systems that everybody goes around and just kind of collectively shares, but with the end goal of the dog performing well out in whatever competition or sporting venue or arena that they have selected for, their area of interest. Yes, good girl. Yes, good boy. Anyway, back to whether dog training is dying or not. If you look on any of the social media platforms, all you really find nowadays is people arguing over whose system is better, or who knows more about dog training, or who's up to date on the most current academic study about dog training, or all of these kind of random one-off challenges where everybody's just trying to kind of intellectually alpha roll everybody else in terms of, what their abilities are versus everybody else in the community. But not a whole lot of actual dog training. Yes, good girl. Remember when I first got into this game 15 years ago, 16 years ago, when you go on YouTube, there was tons of dog training content, but it was all people actually, running dogs. And then down in the comment section was where people were talking shit. Now it's just talking shit in the video, worse talking shit down in the comments. And don't get me wrong, like, everybody enjoys a good trainer battle, where trainers get to argue back and forth on social media a little bit, and maybe they create a little video showcasing what their dog does, and everybody gets a little bit of entertainment out of it. I think that's overall pretty healthy. It falls in line with that talk shit, get bit mentality. But at the same time, you got to be able to deliver the goods while you're talking shit. And I think we've gotten to a time where a lot of people are really good at talking shit because a lot of people spend a lot of time on the internet. but their ability to train dogs hasn't quite caught up with that ability to talk shit yet. Yes, good girl. There we go. Heel. Down. Yes, there it is. That was better. That was better. So going back to just kind of resetting our expectations when it comes to dog training, if we have a misunderstanding of what dogs are fundamentally based on, listening to all of these gurus on the internet, or, even perceived experts, there's a lot of people that based a lot of their interaction with dogs off of the dominance hierarchy theory. The pack theory, is some people so affectionately dubbed it on TV over the last few years, but that was a fundamentally flawed observation and study, and based on that fundamental flaw, people deriving dog training from that, well, naturally that dog training would also be a little bit fundamentally flawed. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to throw out the baby with the bathwater, right? Like, we don't need to abandon our companionship and relationship with dogs and find a new partner. We've been hanging out with these critters for 30,000 years. Like, they were with us before. Thanks, buddy. It's a training area, but we'll get that later. 30,000 years. So we don't need to just, completely throw everything out. But if we got back to, just building an understanding of what dogs are and then creating a relationship with them based on that, rest of what we're trying to do becomes pretty easy. It's crazy how much basic obedience you don't need if you just have a decent relationship with your dog. Now, again, I'm not saying that we can't train it. Like, they should obviously be able to do whatever it is we ask of them. Emmett, down. No, down. But it's always a work in progress. Like, right there, not perfect, but he still did it. He wanted to flip around, same as he did over there. And yeah, I can polish those things up as a trainer, and yeah, I probably will, because that's what I do. But I'm totally happy with that. Like, we're not out here zapping him using e-collars. Like, yeah, he's e-collar trained, and yeah, e-collars are a part of my training program, but you can't use them all the time. Otherwise they become, a crutch that you have to lean on. If the dog has never learned to respond without it, when it's not there, they're missing part of the information. So we don't ever just fully rely on one piece of equipment or one technique or one remedy for a situation. We make sure that we have trained for all of those situations thoroughly, so that way when we're out in public, if Murphy's Law, my leash breaks, the e-collar battery dies, and there is a dog out there at a distance, that Emmett will still come back and turn around. And that's based on the training and practice that we've done beforehand. If I don't have confidence that he's going to turn around, we're either going to be training through that, and then if that equipment goes down on me at that time, then I'll just be paying attention because we're actively training and we'll know that it's not working, and then we'll just come back and try again. But we're always, not setting the dog up for more than what we've prepared them in training for, unless we're out there deliberately trying to train through something. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. And yes, the sound effects are mandatory. And up. Nope. And up. Nope. And up. Yes, good boy. Up. Yes, there you go. Up. Yes, good boy. Dixie, place. Nope, Dixie. Dixie. Emmett. Yes. Dixie. Place. Nope. Place. Good. Nope. Place. Emmett. Ooh, almost got you. Nope. You place. Dixie, place. Good girl. Nope. Nope. Dixie. Dixie. place. Dixie. You're not getting any more food until you stay up there. Nope. Get up there. Emmett. Yes, good girl. See, you can do it. And they are capable of learning in real time. Just, you have to give them the opportunity to. She had to take however many repetitions to figure out that she was going to have to stay up there until released. And she knows that, but that's something that we're continually having to work through with her, just because she is a rescue and she does have some deeply rooted stuff that we're still trying to break through. But we're getting there. You see, she's functional. She listens. She's got enough obedience. When we take her to the school pickup line, she lays in the back and relaxes. She doesn't, bark and be a reactive mess at everybody. So we've got the important stuff knocked out. She's not running away and breaking out of the fence and terrorizing a neighborhood anymore. So I'll take where she's at now over where she's been. And training's never done. It's a continuous process throughout the life of the dog. Just because they complete training, so to speak, whether they come through a board and train program like what I have, or you go to, a set of, private lessons or group lessons or whatever the format is that you attend training, just because you complete that doesn't mean that your training is necessarily over. And I think that kind of goes into that expectation reset and management with people, because, so often we send dogs off for training and the belief is that the dog is going to be fixed or better when they come back. And if you send them to a good trainer, that should be the case. But that result is also exclusive to that trainer. That trainer is just going to be able to show you what they did that worked, that ultimately facilitated that change within the dog. But you're going to have to make some adjustments when you get home to help the dog understand that whatever, the positive dynamic that was created at that trainer's house or facility or environment was, that you're able to recreate that at home to help the dog succeed. And it, simple structure things, just setting some boundaries and creating some healthy expectations and follow through and consistency. It's all basic stuff, but once you understand the formula and the recipe, it's very easy to, get your pets to be cooperative with you and get them to, generally behave, even if they're not super well trained in terms of like the obedience side. Yes. Sit. Emmett, sit. No, sit. Yeah, see, you knew better. Come. Nope. Place. See, we got to work on this with you. Your cum is getting sloppy. Get up there. Your recall. Emmett, come. Yes. That was a good one on the dog. Emmett, up. Good boy. Place. No, place. Down. Dixie, come. Emmett, place. Down. Come. Come. Yes, good girl. There you go. Come. No. Come. No, you down. He's like, I can recall. I can recall super good. I got the best recalls, believe me. Come. Gave you your moment and you downed. Come. Look at that. You do remember. Down. No, down. Yes. Good boy. Down. That wasn't it. That was not it. That's better. Yes, good boy. All right, well, I guess we're wrapping up with the session here. In closing, I would just ask everybody in the comments to let me know what you think. Is dog training dying, at least on social media? And what kind of content do you guys actually want to see? Do you guys like seeing people just working their dogs and practicing whatever they need to practice? Or are there reaction videos and crazy challenges and, you know, just general unproductive banter, what everybody wants to see? Let me know, because I'm down for whatever. If you liked what you've seen today, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, because we're going to be pumping out more content over the next couple of weeks. Just took in a little collie puppy today that we're going to be doing our full program on, so I'm going to be sharing some of that. Also going to be giving some updates on a service dog that I've been training, so stay tuned for that. Lots of fun content coming down the pipe. So until the next one, y'all take care.